My company hired a colorblind technician to build $2 million missile guidance systems. His first day cost them more than my annual salary. I work for a defense contractor that manufactures precision guidance systems for military applications. If you've ever wondered why modern missiles can hit targets with pinpoint accuracy, it's because of the intricate cable assemblies we build by hand. Each guidance system contains over 600 microconnections, all color-coded with subtle variations that matter enormously. Salmon pink versus coral pink, navy blue versus midnight blue. Mix those up, and instead of hitting an enemy bunker, you might hit a school 5 miles away. This isn't retail work where mistakes mean an angry customer. Parent mistakes in our line mean potential casualties. That's why our hiring process is famously rigorous. Testants undergo extensive background checks, manual dexterity tests, and an intensive color perception screening that goes far beyond the standard Bastahara test. At least that's what's supposed to happen. Enter Marcus, our new hire who joined during a major production crunch. Management was pushing to meet quarterly targets, and Header was scrambling to fill positions after several retirements. Marcus had an impressive resume: electrical engineering degree, 5 years at a competitor, glowing recommendations. His first week was standard classroom training, safety protocols, security clearances, company policies, nothing hands. He seemed quiet but confident, asking smart questions about circuit theory but avoiding the practical demonstrations. On day 8, Marcus was assigned his first live assembly part, a relatively simple 40 connector subcomponent. Under my supervision, I set him up at the workstation. I set him up at the workstation with the schematic, specialized tools, and component tray. If you are unsure about anything, ask before you solder. He nodded confidently and got to work. 4 hours later, I returned to check his progress. Most new techs complete their first subcomponent in about 2 hours with supervision. Marcus was still on the same assembly, hunched over with intense concentration, sweat beading on his forehead. Almost done, he mumbled, not looking up. When he finally presented his work for inspection, I immediately knew something was catastrophically wrong. Connections that should have been made with pale blue wires were made with green. Salmon pink was connected where coral should be. It was like looking at a colorful game of Twister played by a drunk octopus. Marcus, I said carefully, can I ask why you connected the green wire to terminal J7? The schematic clearly shows that should be pale blue. He squinted at the schematic, then at his work. That is blue. My stomach dropped. I pulled out our color verification card, a standard tool with labeled color swatches. Can you identify these colors for me? After a painful silence, Marcus sighed deeply. I can't. I am severely colorblind, Perto, red, green, and partial blue-yellow deficiency. But I didn't think it would matter that much. I memorized the connection patterns in my last job. I was speechless. This was like discovering your brain surgeon is legally blind. How did you pass the color vision test? I finally asked. There wasn't one, he said. Avery said they were streamlining the process because of the hiring push. They said the technical assessment was enough. I had to report this immediately. The subcomponent Marcus had just assembled would normally go into a guidance system worth approximately $2.3 million. Had it not been caught, it would have failed catastrophically, either during testing, best case, or an actual deployment. Unthinkable. The quality control supervisor nearly had a heart attack when I explained the situation. The production manager turned an interesting shade of purple. I am pretty sure wasn't on our color chart. Within an hour, Marcus was escorted out by security. By the end of the day, the ADER manager who had streamlined the hiring process was also packing her desk. Every hiring procedure was audited. The company implemented redundant color vision testing administered by medical professionals rather than PR staff. And most significantly, they had to scrap not just Marcus's work, but the entire batch of components from that production run over $400,000 in materials and labor because they couldn't risk that he might have touched or mixed up other components. The following week, our entire department sat through an excruciating all-hands meeting where the premise of Lindsay explained that a single day of one employee's work had cost more than most of our annual salaries combined. I don't blame Marcus entirely. He needed a job and took a chance. The real failure was a system that prioritized production quotas over safety protocols. When you are building technology that lives depend on, there are no acceptable shortcuts. 3 months later, I received a fleeting message from Marcus. He'd found a position at an audio engineering company where his technical skills were valuable and his color blindness wasn't an issue. No hard feelings, he wrote. Some jobs just need different eyes. He was right. And now our company has the most thorough color vision testing in the industry, complete with a poster and etcher showing a very expensive mistake that lasted exactly 1 day. If you want to know what happened when the